Number 5.
왜 그래 진짜!
So number 5 is the Korean film Sleep. I think this has been making its rounds in the festival circuit in 2023, and it is supposed to be hitting theaters in the end of 2024. Not a specific date yet, but it's made by newcomer Jason Yu, and this is a Korean film, comedy, horror, mystery. It's about a couple live in an apartment, and the wife is pregnant, and she notices that her husband is waking up in his sleep in the middle of the night and just doing weird, creepy, freaky shit.
들려서 어떨 땐 비명 소리도 오빠
누가 들어왔어?
And she starts to freak out, and she starts to follow him around the apartment, and he's like eating raw, disgusting food, meat in the fridge, and just doing creepy stuff. So they decide to get help from a sleep doctor, and it doesn't seem to work. So they it starts to get really crazy, and they go to a shaman, like a traditional Korean shaman, and try to get him like exercise for demons or something. The trailer looked creepy, and I love Korean films. Some of my favorite movies are Korean: Old Boy, Parasite, The Wailing. There's so many good Korean thrillers and horror films. I'm really excited for this film. I think it could be a sleeper hit. So bad. But yes, can't wait to see it. Number 4. The Substance, that comes out September 20th. Director is Coralie Fogo. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. So it stars Demi Moore, who's a fading celebrity. Her name is Elizabeth Sparkle, and she is basically getting not kicked out, but she's not getting roles, or I don't know if she's an actor, but she's just not hot anymore, and I think she's 50 or 60, and she takes this black market drug that temporarily will create this younger, more beautiful self, and her younger, beautiful version is played by Margaret Qualley. And she creates this alter ego, Sue, and she becomes popular again, and I'm sure that shit goes wrong and the drug doesn't work properly. It seems like it's kind of a Cronenbergian type film, body horror. The trailer looked unreal, insane, weird drugged out visuals, bubblegum color palette, kind of sexy, visually stunning type film. And apparently it's Demi Moore's best film, but I'm trying to think of what her other best film is. Maybe Ghost, actually. Ghost is pretty good. So she's done some shit, right? It seems like it could be a career comeback for her, which would be awesome. It's always nice seeing these celebrities who've kind of faded out come back again. Dennis Quaid is in it, so that could be really amazing. It's got me interested. The trailer has me hooked. I think it's going to be kind of hard-hitting and crazy. So can't wait to watch it. Number 3, Havoc, which is coming end of 2024, hopefully. I heard that they were doing reshoots recently. It was supposed to come out way earlier. But it's directed by Gareth Evans, who's basically the genius behind The Raid and The Raid 2. And I got to be honest, I don't really like straight action, violent movies. I love story. I love action and I love story. And I need them to be together to enjoy like like an action movie. Like to me, Die Hard is such a great action film, but it has a great story, it has great characters. And I don't really necessarily like films like John Wick or like Bullet Train, whatever it's called. But I love like Kill Bill. You know, I love Tarantino because he has great stories. He has great characters. When everybody was talking about The Raid, I never watched it because I was like, this is some mindless, violent bullshit. Recently just watched The Raid and it blew my mind. I mean, the choreography is next level. Like, I'd never seen anything that good in terms of choreography. And I assumed it was directed by like some Thai martial artist, but it wasn't. It was directed by this, like, I think he's English. I'm not 100% sure. The story is not that good, but also there's a lot of story just embedded into, you know, especially the first one, that apartment building. Havoc is starring Tom Hardy, who's this cop, and this drug deal goes horribly wrong, and the cop, Tom Hardy, has to escape this criminal underworld and get out and save some politician's son or some shit. But we all know what it's going to be. It's hopefully going to be some intense, crazy, fucking choreographed shit. But I hope that there's a story to it, because I know that I haven't seen Gareth Evans' new stuff, but he made like Apostle and like Gangs of London, which apparently are pretty good stories. And, you know, hopefully he kind of combines both. I think would be awesome. Forrest Whitaker's in it, Timothy Olyphant, Luis Guzman. I mean, this one could be a banger. Number 2. Gladiator 2, November 22nd. I mean, Ridley Scott returns to the Gladiator universe, and sadly, no Russell Crowe. I mean, I wish that Russell Crowe came back in some capacity, because the Gladiator is his franchise. It's starring Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Connie Nielsen, and fucking Denzel, bro. And I know there was all this controversy and people being like, why the fuck is Denzel in Rome or whatever? I'm like, who fucking cares? It's Denzel Washington. He can be whatever he wants to be, bro. He could play a mermaid and I would watch the film that he's in. So I'm happy that it's Denzel, because I need more Denzel in films. You know what? Ridley Scott obviously is a master and has made many brilliant films. But we got to be honest, he's fell off a little bit. The thing that does give me hope for Gladiator 2 is that he made one of my favorite films pretty recently, The Last Duel with Matt Damon. And it's very underrated. If you haven't seen it, go see it, because it's one of my favorite films. And I wish it did better in the box office, because it had this like epic, grandiose feel, but it wasn't like a Marvel film. It's Gladiator. Like, the trailer looks nutty.
This is about survival! Survive! Hold together, and when it charges, break for the wall.
Denzel's in it. Like, please be good. I'm not saying it's going to be amazing, but I really hope it is going to be. And I'm going to see it in theaters for sure. Number 1.
We are here encountering the vampire. Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Christmas Day. Man, Honestly, when I heard Robert Eggers was making a Nosferatu film, I was just so giddy. I was a schoolgirl giddy. Written, directed by Robert Eggers. If you don't know him, watch his films: The Witch, The Lighthouse, The Northman. He's one of my favorite newer directors. Honestly, The Witch is one of my favorite horror films. But this stars Emma Corrin, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe, Bill Skarsgård as the infamous Count Orlok, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who honestly I'm not sold on. Hopefully he's good in this, but as of now, I don't really want him to be James Bond, which is all the rumors. Anyways, the cast seems amazing. Willem Dafoe's in it. The trailer is just brilliant gothic horror.
He is coming.
He is coming.
He is coming to us.
You know, there's a shot of the like shadow hand going across London, which reminds me of Bram Stoker's Dracula. I can't wait for it. Obviously, it's a remake of the 1922 film by F.W. Murnau. But if done properly, I hope it's not just like a shot-for-shot remake. But this could be horrifying and make vampires scary again. Like I love vampires. Vampires are probably my top mythological creature. And there's honestly not enough great vampire films. There's a lot of vampire films, but there's not a lot of great ones. Let the Right One In, Thirst, even Dracula. I love Dracula, even though Keanu Reeves' English accent is horrid. We need more vampires, and Robert Eggers, I hope he's going to bring us something special and horrifying. And this is going to rely on Skarsgård. You know, how scary can he be? We know he was the clown in It. I didn't really like those films. I didn't think it was scary, but he could be creepy. Like, I don't like what they did with the character, the clown, because it wasn't that scary. But you could tell the dude could act and be scary. It's just the writing that was shit. So if Robert Eggers can bring a greatly written horror film and bring vampires back from the grave, that would be amazing. It's going to be Christmas Day. I'm going to be sitting there Christmas morning with my family watching this movie. I'm so stoked. Anyways, that's my top 10 for the rest of 2024. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if I'm missing out on anything, if I should see something that you want to see. Hopefully you see all these films. I'll review all these films. I can't wait to see them. Anyways, peace.